I'm sitting with Mr. John Rutayuga of Ukimwi Orphans Assistance. Mr. Rutayuga, thank you very much for coming to speak with me.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about Ukimwi Orphans Assistance?
Ukimwi Orphans Assistance, first of all, Ukimwi is a Swahili acronym short for as in AIDS. Upungufu wa kinga mwilini, that is AIDS in Kiswahili. So it started because of people, young people, especially young parents dying of AIDS early in the 1980s in our country, in Tanzania and in East Africa. So we were facing AIDS killing young people. So many orphans came to be taken care of by their grandparents or relatives, had to take care of orphans, hundreds and thousands of orphans. So what they did is that they were following their culture. In Africa, we don't have orphanages, and people do not accept orphanages. Children are taken care of by their relatives. That is no problem. The problem is that too many children and no resources. So we advise the parents, those who are taking care of the children, to come together and put their resources together in order to bring up those children. For example, they had to go and help each other to produce food, and then also to produce cash crops, to do many things in order to bring those children. But since their resources are meager, it was incumbent on us who live in the United States and in the other developed countries to try to expand their efforts, to come here and ask for resources for those things which they could not do by themselves. For example, to be able to buy domestic animals, farm animals, to be able, those farm animals would produce manure, would produce milk, and finally would produce food, meat for the children to eat, but mainly to produce fertilizer and to produce milk, would be able to take care of the children. And this, when they produce those things, we also assist them to produce cash crops in order to generate funds. Funds are needed, first of all, like to go to school, to buy school supplies, school uniforms, school fees for the children. Those are the things they need most. And then other family matters, like places to live, decent places to live, take care of their health. All these require a lot of money. That is why we formed this Ukimwi Orphans Assistance. It was formed in 1989. Today we are going to the 23rd anniversary of this organization.
How extensive is the operations of Ukimwi Orphans Assistance?
At the beginning, early in the early 90s, we had extended to 3 countries of Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. For about 4 to 5 years, we were operating in 5 countries. But because of lack of funding, we have scaled it down to only Tanzania. And in Tanzania, we are in one region, which is known as Kagera region. Kagera region is placed in between to the east is Lake Victoria, and to the west is the countries of Rwanda and Burundi, and to the north is Uganda. Is sandwiched between those areas. And we have a population of 2 million, and probably 2 million, about half. And we have about 500,000 orphans. So it is a big task, and we depend on your generosity.
Now, why do you think that Tanzanians reject traditional, not more westernized sort of orphanages, and why is a kibanja so much better for the quality of life?
The Tanzanians or Africans do not reject the Western model of orphanages, but it is the last resort of taking care of orphans. In our culture, when I die, my brothers and sisters have to take care of my children. First of all, these children are not regarded as orphans in the Western model. They are part of the family. They are our children. So we call them our children. So when somebody dies in the family, the surviving relatives take care of the orphans, of the children who have been bereaved of their first primary parents. So these children feel at home, and all the parents, let's say all the grandmothers and the grandparents and the uncles, do not like those children to be taken away, or they wouldn't give them away unless it is very, very necessity to give them away. But we raise children all together. They are brothers and sisters, and they are at home. So that is the first and foremost. It is their culture, which tells them that the care of orphans is a shared responsibility of members of kin. And the kibanja, you talked about the kibanja. The kibanja is a family farm where we grow food. Primarily in our area, it is the banana. It is every family has in about an average of 1 or 2 hectares of land where we plant food, where we plant banana. And a part of this plantation is where we plant coffee as to produce cash crops. Coffee and banana, we live on banana, and we sell coffee as the primary source of finances.
Now, on your website, you mentioned that 80% of people use traditional medicine, and your organization has a commitment to traditional medicine. Can you tell me a little bit about what the advantages of traditional medicine are, combined with biomedical?
Yeah, when we formed the Ukimwi Orphans Assistance, I also formed with other colleagues a Center for Natural and Traditional Medicines. As you know, traditional medicine in Africa is used by about 75% to 80%, according to the World Health Organization. And we depend on on traditional medicine. This is the local medicine. Biomedics is used, but primarily people use traditional medicine. That is the medicine they feel comfortable with. Traditional medicine is natural to them. and the people practice traditional medicine in every way. That keeps, unless there is a major disease like AIDS, like major diseases, that's why people go to hospitals. But daily life, daily source of health, people tend to go to traditional medicine.
Generally, how is traditional medicine applied in the Kibanjas?
Traditional medicine is another way of taking care according to people's culture. Mm-hmm. Traditional medicine is people get traditional medicine from plants, mm-hmm. from roots, from many things, live or non-living things. People get medicine from them. It is the medical practitioners, those people who are born with that skill or who today go to school to study that kind of medicine. You can be trained by the traditional medical practitioner, or today there are some countries which have opened schools to train people in this kind of medicine.
You say that on your website it says that Ukimwi Orphans Assistance empowers and supports women to take responsibility to fight the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Now, tell me how women fit into the Kibanjas and in the general organization of Ukimwi Orphans Assistance.
Women, you said women. Women.
Yeah.
I would say women are the backbone of the organization. Women play a very important role, even major role than men. Women, they volunteer more than men. Women do a lot of work than men. Mm-hmm. Most of the children are taken care of by their grandmothers. Mm-hmm. And the aunts also play a greater role. In the community, members of the community, most of the women volunteer most than men. So women play a major role in this organization, not only in Ukimwi, but in many organizations.
What is your organization doing to help orphans achieve long-term economic stability?
Yeah, very nice, a very important question. Mm-hmm. This is our one of the major projects. How to be these children, to make them self-sufficient. First of all, our major thrust is to enable these children to go to school. Education is the most important thing for the future, to build the future of the children. Most of the funding we get goes to enable children to go to school. Mm-hmm. We have also we developed some projects like carpentry shop. We have fishing. We had fishing to teach children to go fishing. There are so many other skills like bicycle and motorcycle repair. Those kind of carpentry shop, vocational training to make these kids be self-sufficient. We also train kids in agriculture. Our countries in Africa depend mostly on agriculture. As much skills they would get in producing food and producing crops for food and for sale, that would help these kids to be self-sufficient in the future. So our thrust is education and training. And then we've started recently introducing computer skills. We are starting training kids in computer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some as young as in grade, those from grade 7 have started. We have started them on the computer skills.